Hi, creative friends. This is Soraya, and thank you so much for being here. So, this is part 3 of me collaborating with Van Gogh. How crazy amazing is that? It will never cease to amaze me. When I work in this way, I can choose to work with whomever I want to work with. I can learn from them, I can grow from them, and it blows my mind. So, I allowed everything to completely dry, and I'm so loving this area now that I've covered it up. There was a strip of black over here, and I put collage over top of it. And now I'm really feeling that this works much better with the whole vibe of the spread. So while I work on my figures and build up my page here, I am going to talk about the value of working in this way. So the very first thing I want to do is I just want to kind of sketch out her hair and solidify her face a little bit. And so I'm not going to use a lot of colors. I've got a Prussian blue, and it's this French brand over here that I am so grateful I was able to get a hold of. And I'm going to use that because that is the blue that Vincent van Gogh reportedly used for his Starry Night. And I also have a Cad Red Light off to the side here, and it's actually a gorgeous orange. And then I have my Burnt Sienna Liquitex transparent ink, and I have some gold, which I may use. And I've also got my chalk paint in Cashew. So I'm not working with a lot of colors. And I have some greens that are on my collage that I might pick up. I'm not sure. And I might even use oil pastels in the final layer, but I'm uncertain about that. I'm just kind of thinking that might be a possibility. So anyways, getting back on the value of working in this way, where we are collaborating with a page and the artist and the images. So think of one of your all-time favorite artists, whomever that might be, and just imagine if you could have a private one-on-one session with this artist. Like, wouldn't that be mind-blowing? I mean, what an opportunity. So that's exactly what this is when you work in this way, because, you know, when you work like this, you are learning how to incorporate a visual language that is not your own. And, because I'm working, this is a Van Gogh. I mean, he was a master with brushwork, with color, with composition. And by me incorporating his images into my own, I am strengthening my own voice. I'm learning things that may not even surface for another 6 months, 8 months, a year. Like, who knows? But that's exactly what I'm doing is I am learning about color, value, brush strokes, composition. I'm learning how to integrate a visual language that is not mine into my own art. I'm learning about what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to leave, what I'm going to cover up. I'm learning about values, and um, I'm learning how to respect the visual elements that are on the page while I'm also developing and strengthening my own visual language, which is becoming more refined and original over time. So it's not something that may be apparent right away by me working like this. It is very challenging for sure. I think I mentioned this in my Painting the Feminine spread that I did um, with Connie Solera's art journal, Painting the Feminine. You know, Connie has a very, very strong visual language. It's not wishy washy at all. And it's the same with Van Gogh. I mean, his visual language, his brush strokes, his sense of color are unrivaled. So by me working um, with these artists, I am learning how to, like, I've got to rise to the occasion. I cannot be wishy washy in my application of paint. I cannot be um, subdued. I've got to, I've got to match that in some way, not in a way where I'm copying them, but in a way where, and that's what I meant when I said, over time, this is me working in this way is going to lead to stronger, more original work of mine. And when I work in this way, it's solely for the purpose of learning. Like I'm not doing this so I can, I don't know, sell it or make prints of it or anything like that. I am just doing this for the sole purpose of me stretching myself. And just think about it, like you can pick any artist that you desire and just pick a book with their art in it, and then you can just incorporate that into your own work and challenge yourself in that way whilst also strengthening your own visual language. It's really an amazing concept. And I simply can't get over it. Oh, I'm loving this Prussian blue over here. Ooh, it's so delicious. And I'm really loving that orange as well, but I have to repeat it in a few other areas here just to keep the eye moving. Ooh, so delicious. I'm absolutely loving this sun and his brush strokes. Ooh, I love it, love it, love it, love it. So I'm going to cover all of that actually. And Prussian blue is just so moody, and it's got layers of depth to it that are, it's difficult to find that in other blues. Like it's lush and, oh, I love it. So what I'm going to do over here is I am going to bring in some of this cad red, which is really an orange, and just kind of spread it out into the face here. And this way it's also going to, move the eye around. And I'm not sure what I want to do with this. I know I want to keep all of this like imagery over here. So I think my best bet is to go with this blue. But maybe like more transparent. So I'm just gonna kind of like, so you can still see the interest of the collage, and it's not going to blend in with the background, but it's, it's still in the blue. It's still with that Prussian blue. And over here, I am going to add some brown, but I think I'm going to keep the suns over here in her hair. I don't know. I might keep the suns over here as well. So let me just see what I can do. And I am departing from reality. Like I'm not even trying to pretend that this is going to be any semblance. It's not going to bear any semblance of reality here. Ooh, I just love his brush strokes. Now, when you stand in front of an original painting, it is a different experience than when you look at a printed version. And when I have been standing in front of a Van Gogh, um, you see his emerging psychosis and you feel a lot of the emotions that he was feeling when he was painting because they are right there in his brushstrokes. It's really quite amazing to stand in front of original art, and there's nothing like it. So I'm really, really loving a lot of what is going on in the page on the spread right here. And I'm going to bring some of that blue. And I am going to layer a little bit more of the ink, oops, of this burnt sienna ink here, because I just want to create some really luscious skin tones. So I'm going to allow this to completely dry. And if you've watched all the way to the end, thank you so much. And I hope that this has inspired you to pick one of your favorite artists and find a book that resonates with you and then to work in this way. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.